See, it's too light. It's way too bright. It's supposed to be grey. I'm trying to document the park for my own sake. My camera's not giving me the settings I want, so I'm gonna try and get underneath that thing there and change the settings. We'll see how it goes. Is it really just letting me dick around with these settings? Can I like do this? Can I go, whoa, and then I can go, whoa, I go, whoa, whoa. Oh wow, that's cool. Oh yeah. So oh yeah, that is dark. You can't even see me. Maybe I'll do this. So, if you want it bright there, you can't get it bright there, but yeah, I was under here, that's why I coffee cup there. So that's where I was affecting my settings. Alright, I'll keep going around Victoria Park. I wanted it to be like kind of rainy, but this is a little bit more than I was hoping for. I do know there's some undercover spots. There's one over there, but there's someone sitting in it. I'm gonna have to turn the exposure up for this one, but not too much. If you have a look down there, that is the embassy. I won't film them too long because it seems a bit voyeuristic, but there were people sitting here before, but they left. I hope it wasn't something I said. No, they just saw me and they didn't want to be in my presence. Which is fair. I don't particularly want to be in my presence either. Hang on. This must be excruciating for you guys. Let me just do this. Hopefully this will help. There we are, how's that? That should be good. Yeah, I'm in Victoria Park. I wanted to come to Victoria Park because it is going to be destroyed. It shall be destroyed in a week, on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. So on Sunday, the park's going to be completely shut up, and then it'll be turned into a big stadium for the Olympics for 2032, I think. So that's exciting. A big stadium in Brisbane. But yeah, it feels a little bit silly because the Olympics is only like 8 years away or something, and this stadium is going to be fucking massive. But no, I wanted to get out of the house. I wanted to, I was going to turn this into like a slight companion for the Dogmatic Socialite, Proclamation of the Dogmatic Socialite. But I'm in too bad of a mood now. I thought it was just going to rain a little bit, but it ended up raining not a little bit. So I'm here in Victoria Park, near Calvin Grove. I'd just like to shout out one of my favourite cafes in Brisbane. I reflected on this, and I have no reason for it to be my favourite, but it is. It's one of my favourites. It's called Menagerie. It took me a second. It's called Menagerie in Kelvin Grove. There's just something about the vibe of it all that I enjoy. But yeah, no, I like Menagerie at Kelvin Grove. So keep an eye out if you're ever in Kelvin Grove or make a trip out. I got sent a thing after mentioning how much I love Menagerie. Maybe it's the Menagerie, who knows. But I was alerted to the fact that they have a book club there. So maybe it's not them, but there's a book club hosted there. And the first book they're reading is Capitalist Realism by Mark Fisher. So I knew there was a reason I liked them. It's because they're evil like me. They don't worship, I should say, capital accumulation. Sorry, I got political there. I've decided to become political. I've decided to become woke. But I don't want it to bleed too much into my YouTube stuff. I mean, I guess it does, but I'll try not to mention it too much. But yeah, we could turn this into episode of because I recorded myself talking about the dogmatic socialite stuff. I just realized I've never mentioned that before. I've written like a dissertation, a proclamation on social media addiction and how I pose that it needs to be overcome. So I'm calling it Proclamation of the Dogmatic Socialite. I'll link it. Maybe I'll what I'll do. Sorry, I'm gonna keep talking because no, you can't have any dead air. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make those videos and then add them on to Fast Track Eden episodes, or maybe I'll just keep them going in this format where I'm just talking directly to the camera. But maybe we could just say fuck it and do it now. I'll do a little bit of one. So I had a video of myself reading them and it was boring as shit, and I wasn't really in a good mood, so I wasn't giving it my best performance. I was really drab, and anyone that would have to listen to me talk for an hour would want to kill themselves because that wasn't enjoyable in the slightest. So what I will do instead is I'll just, maybe in the episodes, I'll read out the sections I want to discuss. I want to discuss it in parts, just to truly give everything a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown, and it's less, I have more time to think, and it's less foreboding to approach. For a video of me talking for like 2 hours about, probably not 2 hours, it's only like 15 pages, there's not enough to talk about for 2 hours, but I would like to keep adding to it as I go along. The proclamation is very small at the moment, it's only 15 pages, and there are some more things I want to add. I was listening to my recording and priming myself for this, and there are some things I like, and there are some things that I don't like. I'm going to have to change this exposure because I wanted it to be moody, but Jesus Christ, you can't even see me. There I am in all my pale glory. But no, I'm going to have a look at that. This is my view, by the way. Yeah, now I'll put the exposure back down. Now we want it to be moody. It's under surveillance by me. I am the surveillance. I'm the agent of the panopticon. You'll never escape my watchful eye, my camera, my mind's eye. Let's see, how do I look? Am I... No, too dark. I will never be escaped. You cannot run from me. It's not as dark as I'm making it seem with the camera, but there's a few things I enjoyed in my proclamation that I was writing. In the introduction about the colonization of the mind and unconscious agents. I thought that was sort of something that was important, because I kind of go through, and everything I write, there is some things that are good and some things that aren't it's just filler, and then there are occasionally a few good nuggets in there. Maybe let me just have a little read, shall I? Why not? I was in the shops today. I was at Woolies just before, grabbing a little snack, and they have protein cheesecake. Has the world gone mad? Why the fuck do you want to be eating protein cheesecake? Can't you just have like protein and then a little bit of regular cheesecake? This whole protein thing is ridiculous. Like, they've got like protein milk and protein... Fucking, I'll have protein coffee soon. I'm sure they would do. Ridiculous. I want regular cheesecake. Is that ridiculous? Like, if you eat cheesecake, you'll get fat. And you know why? It's because cheesecake is good. Anything that's good has some sort of detrimental effect. There's a balance to these things. Anything that is good will kill you. And that is true about everything. Especially love. Because love will only have it only ends in heartbreak, and the more love that is put in, the more you know what I'm talking about. But everything that makes your life better kills you slowly in a way. So that's why it's funny I should say that. Is anyone around? Oh, we're getting real fucking classic with this one. I hope I don't get in trouble. The area is under surveillance, so maybe they'll tell me to put it out. Maybe I'll have to go under a tree, but there's no one around. And I doubt there'll be anyone around because it's raining. It is slowly starting to die down though, so I might get some more footage of the park. I can maybe overcut it with what I'm saying. Because that's going to be weird when it's like, Anywho, yeah, anything that makes your life better kills you. Fuck, that's good. Fuck, they're so good, but never smoke ever. Never smoke, not even once, because they're so good. What was I talking about? Dogmatic socialite. I pulled a tarot card before I left the house today. I would have brought them with me, but considering the weather, I don't want them to get damaged. I pulled a card on what I should be mentioning in my little talk with the camera, because I knew I was going to do something like this. I didn't know if it was going to look like my companion to Problematic Socialite. It's looking less and less like that because I've been talking for too long. Because if anyone actually, I want it to be short, concise, edited. I want it to attract people to the text. I'll call it like a first edition companion or something like that. But I pulled a card of what I should talk about, and I pulled a very interesting card. I pulled the High Priestess. And the High Priestess doesn't get as much love as she should. I think the High Priestess is one of the most important cards in the Greater Arcana, and people don't love her like they should be loving her. Because, dear viewer, I will tell you why. She is the counterpart to the Magician, which is you. I don't think it is like a boy-girl thing. I don't think it's like if you're a woman and you pull a card and you see the Magician, you shouldn't be like, oh, this is the boy version of me, and the High Priestess is the girl version of me. No. They're both masters, or they're both apprentices in different arts. The Magician is the apprentice of the material, which is why on his card he has all the suits, and he's doing as above, so below. Do one of these ones. It's because he is the master of the material of heaven and earth, and all the material aspects of life, of fire, of all the elements. But the High Priestess, I should note that Kabbalistically, the Magician is Mercury. I don't know what that means, really. I need to get better at my astrology. But the high priestess is the moon, which I do know about. The moon is the antithesis to the sun. If the sun is cognition, then the moon is uncognition. It is the most like watery of the planets. So the high priestess is the apprentice of the unconscious, which is just as important as mastering the conscious. You need to get both in there, otherwise you cannot be fully actualized. And that, I think, is a very good point to talk about, is the mastering of the unconscious, which leads into this thing of the dogmatic socialite. It is about this term I've coined called unconscious parasiticism, which refers to the internet manipulating you through algorithms and its sort of implantation of a parasite I call the imp. And the imp is there to feed back to the capital of the internet, the mother capital. Fuck it, I'll just put a thing on screen. This is what the no, I won't. No, I won't. I'm not going to edit this. I'll put that up on screen. No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't. It's this relationship. I've linked it anyway, so you can just go read it. Flick down to the section that is unconscious parasitism. It's section 3, I believe. Section 2, because the law is section 1. But mastering the unconscious is very important for the magician. I am very bad at this. I'm very bad at this thing. I looked into my chart, and I believe I won't get too far into that because I don't want to give my secrets away. It'd be like if I gave you my DNA. I don't want to tell you my natal chart. You'll be able to manipulate me and control me, which you could do quite easily, actually. But this mastering of the unconscious, I feel like even in certain like magic like even in life, people don't really think about. They want to get all their material orders in check, which is sort of the nature of success is material. The immaterial, the unconscious, the process of actually getting the material or being able to set yourself up in a position where these things can happen for you through magical thinking or manifestation as like a form of projected will, as it were. That is the way to gain material. And there are a lot of people that are sort of living on borrowed time. I'm going to throw this in the bin, don't worry. I'm just going to put it down by my side while I'm talking. The process of setting yourself up in a position where you can gain material possessions, master the material aspects of reality, but then also sustain that. Ill-gotten gains will most likely be spelt ill-gottenly. If you make your money through these these modern avenues of getting rich quick, like stock market or crypto or like scamming people, that money, if you're not careful, it will indoctrinate you to the cult of capital accumulation, which is not something that you want. You want to be able to have this material wealth and use it to actualize and to do things that further your own sort of personal, spiritual development. The worst thing I can imagine, getting money, you get all this money or you get all these material possessions, and then you forgo all of that and you become indebted to the material possessions themselves and you start working for them. You don't work for your money, but then make your money work for you, That's like the thing. And that is that is more about passive income, but it could also be about utilizing funds to develop further curiosities and becoming and actualizing, becoming what you are, do what thou wilt. I read the Book of the Law, actually, for the first time. Crazy book. I do like how there's a section in there about how... Actually, I shouldn't talk about it. It's told me I shouldn't talk about it. The moon is a very interesting body in the celestial canon. I feel a strong connection to the moon, actually. I don't believe this is like a result of I don't think it's like a feminine. Is that lightning? Fuck, it's dangerous now. I'm gonna get struck by lightning. Actually, yeah, that's put a fear in me. I've got to make it back to the bus stop. I don't want to get struck by lightning. That sounds terrible. Okay, let me just finish that. Oh, fuck, it is. All right. I'm going to have to get out of here. But let me just say this one last thing. Fuck, yeah, no more videos. This is the one last thing. Master the unconscious. Get money. Get material possessions and then use them to actualize. Don't fall into the trap of making money and then becoming brainwashed by the money. Shout out to the guys in the tent embassy. You're doing the good thing, fighting the good fight. Progress must be combated at every stage. All good progress is fought for. Make them fight for it. Make the progress good. Fight for what you believe in. Master the unconscious. Do what you believe in. Do it. Remember the High Empress, the High Priestess. She is your friend, and she is a better friend to you as the magician than yourself. Thank you. End of transmission. Farewell. If I was going to get struck by lightning, it'd be here. So I'm sticking to the tree line, just so I'm not walking in the middle of that big field. Isn't it so alien? Isn't like this sort of an incredible place? It makes sense that it used to be a golf course. And I kind of wish it was developed more than just, this sort of weird alien. I always thought it was like a show I watched as a youth, In the Night Garden. There was sort of this weird hilly thing. I guess Teletubbies was kind of like that as well. It was like this weird grassy, middle place. But that's what Victoria Park's kind of like, and it's just something that's a bit weird to have, like a weird place that is being destroyed for, utility, rather than just being left weird and sort of barren. Which is always stick to the trees. Which is always sad, but I'll miss it. I'm sure we'll miss it.